In the midst of all of this pandemic hysteria that's going on, as well as the new revelations of Obama's attempted coup against President Trump, we can overlook some of the more amazing things that continue to happen along our southern border. Trump's wall is now approaching nearly 200 miles of completion. That's right, nearly 200 miles. And all of this is happening as the Supreme Court has unanimously decided that encouraging illegal immigration is in fact a crime. We're going to take a look at these two latest developments in border security and see how they reflect nothing less than the transformation of our nation into a conservative nationalist populist image for generations to come. You're going to absolutely love it. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. I certainly hope you're all having a safe and sound week. If this is your first time with us and you're looking for some daily encouragement and optimism and all in the midst of all that nonsense spewed by the left-wing Marxist media, you have found your oasis in this channel. We analyze current events in light of some super awesome conservative trends so you can live in the present in light of even better things to come. We help you to think better so that you can feel better. So if you haven't already done so, you need to make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. It'd be an absolute privilege to have you as a regular part of this channel, where together we get to celebrate each and every day the inevitable collapse of left-wing globalism, the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age. You're going to love seeing the new drone footage of the wall we've got for you. But first, we all know it's tough out there right now, especially financially. And so many of us are thinking that, the best way to protect our savings is to invest in gold. For thousands of years, it's been used as steady, reliable, real money. But now, did you know you can actually buy, sell, save, and even spend gold with a special app and debit card? I mean, it's really amazing. It's called Swipe with Gold, and it makes buying and selling with gold super easy. You simply download the app and register your prepaid debit MasterCard. It's then delivered directly to you by mail in only a few days for free. You just load on your cash, then you're ready to buy, sell, save, and spend in real physical gold that you own. It's that simple. Your money is totally secure. If you lose your card, no problem. Instantly freeze it with the app so no one could steal your money. If you find the card again, right, just use the app to unfreeze it. It's awesome. You can withdraw your money anytime at any ATM that accepts MasterCard. It's super safe, super simple. So make sure to click on that link below or visit swipewithgold.com. That's swipewithgold.com and download the app right now to get your free card and start using real gold as money today. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. We've got two fascinating developments on the border security front. While we're all being distracted by the coronavirus stuff and the revelation of Obamagate and hopefully the fall of the deep state, we can forget that the nationalist populist agenda of President Trump continues unabated, most especially in terms of the construction of the border wall along the southern border with Mexico. Now, we have some pretty amazing drone footage coming from various parts of the southern border showing an astonishing engineering achievement. Check this one out from San Luis, Arizona, a major hotspot for border crossings. Customs and Border Patrol have constructed over 60 miles of new border wall. Now, to give you an idea of the length of that, that's just shy of the distance between Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Baltimore, Maryland. You could drive a straight hour without running out of wall to pass. It's pretty astonishing stuff. Check out this footage from Santa Teresa, New Mexico. Again, we're seeing the wall stretch out as far as the eye can see. And you'll notice too, interestingly enough, the black color. Trump made, he made the headlines a few days back when it was said of him that he wanted to paint the entire wall black. And that's because it generates a massive amount of heat, making the wall too hot to climb over. So it would be another impediment for the would-be illegal immigrant. So altogether, Trump has completed nearly 200 miles of border wall along the southern border, and he hopes to have completed nearly 500 miles by the end of his first term. What that means is that by the time Trump is done with this project at the end of his second term, he will have completed a wall the length of which would be the equivalent of a wall stretching from Boston, Massachusetts, all the way to Chicago. All right, that's the engineering marvel that the Trump administration is accomplishing here. It's really astonishing stuff. The Department of Homeland Security has started border wall projects on federal lands in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. These include the Rio Grande Valley, El Paso in Texas, Sunland Park in New Mexico, Naco, Arizona, Imperial County, San Diego County in California. And all of these are on federally protected land. So there's no regulation or environmental issues. All that was needed was a waiver for Trump, and he's, of course, given that. So construction began in places like Calexico, about 120 miles east of San Diego. The Trump administration also issued waivers to start building in San Diego, San Teresa, New Mexico, as we see there. And so no matter what obstacles, or shall we say walls, that globalist liberals have been putting up to prevent the construction of the wall, it's all been for naught. The wall continues to get built in some way, shape, or form, even during the whole coronavirus thing. Even at private levels. Are you familiar with the initiative taken up by private citizens who've been organizing wall building projects on private property in Texas and New Mexico? I'm sure many of you have heard of the organization We Build the Wall. It was founded by Brian Colfash, a veteran of the United States Air Force and young entrepreneurial spirit. And his vision was that while Trump's efforts were being frustrated by both Democrats and Republicans in the swamp a couple of years back, and particularly by the courts, private citizens could take matters into their own hands and begin building the wall on private property. And that's what they started doing. They raised over $22 million with over 270,000 pledges on the crowdfunding site GoFundMe. They completed 2 projects already, one in El Paso, Texas, the other in Sunland Park, New Mexico. And project leaders said they've mapped out at least 10 other spots along the border where they could be building more wall. So the wall is being built, whether privately or now, as we're seeing with the Border Patrol drone footage, with the billions of dollars of public funds that have been released after being tied up for the courts for so long. Now, of course, the federal government is building it. So speaking of the courts, you'll also be interested in this. It was just announced a few days back that the Supreme Court unanimously decided that encouraging illegal aliens to remain in the United States is a crime. This decision effectively reversed a previous decision by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and their decision that actually claimed that the public attempt to encourage illegal aliens to remain in the United States was protected by the First Amendment, by the freedom of speech. Now, again, we need to let this hit us, okay? In a completely unanimous decision, gang, this includes Ruth Bader Ginsburg. In a totally unanimous decision, the Supreme Court faulted the left-wing activists disguised as judges on the Ninth Circuit for, in the Supreme Court's words, drastically straying from judicial norms in their activism from the bench. And they agreed overwhelmingly that any attempt to encourage or induce an illegal alien to come and enter into our nation and stay is a flagrant violation of the law. This decision put an end to a case that had been going on for a decade now. This lunatic, the Evelyn Smith, she was encouraging illegal alien clients to apply for a certification that would allow them to enter into the country legally, despite the fact that the aliens were not qualified for the certification. And to make matters worse, she charged them money for it and ended up making millions of dollars off the scheme, and then had the gall to argue that her First Amendment rights were being violated when authorities shut her down. And to think you had a bunch of left-wing loons on the bench over at the Ninth Circuit Court agreeing with her. Thank heavens Trump has transformed the Ninth Circuit since then, radically altering their ideological makeup to a far more sensible, conservative perspective. So there you go. We've got 2 wonderful developments in the realm of border security, both of which indicate that the nationalist populist revolution that Trump initiated over 3 years ago continues to transform our nation for generations to come. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my video I just uploaded on Trump absolutely crushing the mainstream Marxist media by calling out the corrupt hypocrisy in just a single tweet. You're going to absolutely love it. So make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.